Good morning. So she's saying my name is Enrique Cuesta, and my wife and I we've been part of Chaos for almost 2 years now, and we have a 4-month-old baby, Emma. She's officially a Chaos baby, and let me tell you guys, one of my favorite memories of her right now is me watching a soccer match, and she's like sleeping on my chest. I think that's one of the best things I can ever do. So yeah, I'm honored to share with you guys a small word today. I want to talk about what it means to be faithful in your calling. Something that God has been working in my life. For me, I grew up in church, and growing up in church, I heard those two words pretty often. One was purpose, and the other one was calling. Often, pastors and leaders will say to me, God has a purpose for your life. You have a calling. And for me, what was my calling? It was something that I felt I had to chase, and I need answers from God. When I was 14 years old, I had my first international mission trips to a Muslim refugee camp in North Africa. While I was there, I saw a lack of poverty and a lack of resources that I've never seen before, even though I grew up in a third world country. And for some reason, I was super interested to learn about how people live under their circumstances and how they survive there. I felt a sense of calling that in my life, I will serve and love people like them. So that's what I did. I spent all my teenage years doing mission work in different countries and in my own country as well. When I graduated from high school, I was a missionary for 6 months in Nicaragua. But then I came back to my home country. I started college. I studied international business, and then I started my full-time job, which means no time for ministry. During those years, I felt more and more distance from my calling, and I knew something has to change. I was in a promising career path in supply chain, but I knew something was missing. I knew that was not something that God made me to do for the rest of my life. So during my last year of college, I was praying to God, like, God, please help me to find the right path. Please let me know if I continue pursuing this career path or I do something else. And that same year, God answered my prayers in a way that I was not never thinking about how to. One Sunday, after church service like this, I went out for lunch with a couple of friends, and this lady who was visiting our church for the first time, she joined us for that lunch. She shared with us that she started working for this Christian nonprofit in the Dominican Republic. They support small business owners in remote communities, mostly women and underserved people. And for me, I knew right on that was like something that I should be doing. I was super interested, so I literally just sat in front of that lady and asked a bunch of questions. And I shared my passion, I shared my life story. She shared her life story with me. At the end of the lunch, she officially offered me a job. I knew that it was a leap of faith. I knew nothing about nonprofit work as a career. My family has a lot of doubts about financial security with this type of work, and I didn't know nothing about that, but I knew it was something I had to do. So a couple weeks later, I quit my job, and I joined the organization. I can tell you guys from there, I've seen God's faithfulness. I see God working in my life so many ways, opening so many doors, and knowing that I'm in the right place that I should be. I've seen God be faithful with me and with my family now as we both live our calling. But something that I've learned in the last couple of years is my calling is not what I do and what we can do on our 9 to 5. It's the way that we live our life. It's our relationship with God. It's the way that we love and we serve the people in our community in whatever circumstances we are, in whatever place we are. We don't need to go to a mission trip or doing mission work in order to live our calling, but wherever we are right now, we can do. So I want to read something quick about what Paul says about calling. In 1 Corinthians 7:17, and you can put it on the screen, it says, each person should live as a believer in whatever situation the Lord has assigned them to them, just as God has called them to. We all have a unique calling. It can be just to be faithful in your current context. Think about where you are right now, who you are right now. For me, as a husband, is to love my wife as Christ loved the church. And to have a baby is to raise my baby and my family in God's way. But at the same time, is to serve in my local church and serve in my community. So I believe we all can do that. So this is my encouragement to finish it up. You don't have to chase a distant calling. Just be faithful where you are in your context. But sometimes, to be faithful to your calling, it means to trust God to make a hard decision or in stepping into something new. Thank you so much, Kayla. God bless you.